Good morning. I'm Rick Janser. Welcome to Monday. And we're going to start the Monday out with a little education on vitamin D. You may not think that's very important and you may not care about it in your own mind, but there's a lot of research that shows vitamin D is super helpful for mood, which sometimes I need on a Monday morning. And I actually have, because I went to any lab test now, Eugene, I discovered that I have a deficiency in vitamin D. And so taking a supplement of that is super helpful. And it's also some evidence. We're going to talk to Adam and Stephanie, who own Any Lab Test Now, some evidence about how it can help with our immune system. And so anyway, I'm just going to bring them on. Any Lab Test Now, if you don't know, they're a place here in Eugene over off of Garfield. They do over 8,000 different tests, so you can control your own health care. I can go in there and have any kind of, let's say I want to have I've had prostate cancer. I want to have my PSA done. Rather than having to go to the doctor, get somebody to tell me, yes, Rick, now you pay to go to the doctor and then you can go get your test done. I can just go right in there, have the test done, and I can monitor my PSA myself because I know enough. I've educated myself about what that means. And that goes for everything. Testosterone testing. They also do different kinds of shots of vitamin B12. A lot of STD testing. It's anonymous. So, that's something people need to take care of, and you may not want to go to your family doctor. So it's a really great place. And here joining us now, Adam and Stephanie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You guys, I'm excited to talk about this because I know Stephanie did the whole test with me and discovered that of all the things in the world I'm deficient of, there's only one. And that's vitamin D. Don't laugh so much. So
nice try, Rick.
Yeah. So tell me about vitamin D. You guys do vitamin D shots. You also do the testing to tell whether or not you are deficient in that. But why is this so important? And Adam, I know you kind of have a personal connection to this whole thing.
Yeah, a couple of them. One is about 6 years ago. In my previous life, I ran dental clinics, and I was at a conference where a pediatric dentist was giving a lecture about tooth decay, and he quoted a large study that I believe the Department of Defense did in World War II, and their conclusion was that with all the other factors out there as far as tooth decay, one of the largest factors was vitamin D deficiency, and there was direct links between how many cavities somebody had and their vitamin D levels. So that was quite a bit of an eye-opener, especially since we live in the Pacific Northwest. And also personally, about 5 years ago, I went to the doctor because my hips and my shoulders were hurting when I was trying to go to sleep. And he asked me a series of questions, and just immediately he says, I already know what the problem is. You're vitamin D deficient. And sure enough, I took the test, and I was incredibly low. So ever since then, I've been supplementing my vitamin D, and I feel a lot better, and I also sleep a lot better. So
you guys, you've also looked into for immunity and stuff, and something with COVID, that there's some evidence out there that's just having your levels at the right place. Explain that, Adam.
Well, yeah, I would say that there's a lot of studies that are going on right now, and for people who listen to say BBC or NPR or other talk stations, there's a lot more rhetoric going on, especially when it comes to people with darker skin, which here would be blacks and Hispanics, and the higher rate of, or I should say the lower rate of vitamin D levels that they have. And they're also looking at that to see if that's why ethnic people are suffering from COVID percentage-wise more than your average white person.
So where do they match?
It's not proven yet, and we're not doctors, but that's where the studies are going, and they are looking at direct relationships. They don't necessarily know how everything's going to play out, or as far as, I'm sure it's a complicated pathway, but they are looking. We know that, generally speaking, that ethnic people have lower vitamin D levels. We also know that they're more susceptible to the coronavirus and having more severe reaction to the coronavirus.
So where do I naturally, is the sun, is that where do I naturally get vitamin D from?
The sun.
Is there anything else? Is there any food or anything like that? Or is vitamin, I really don't know.
Yeah, there's food.
Yeah, no, I think there's some food supplements too, and there are, to answer your question off the top of my head, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a Monday morning, so, but from what we understand, the sun is the best way. But November through March in Oregon, it's
Right.
hard to get sun. So,
and does vitamin D, does it help with depression too?
Well, Oregon State has been doing an ongoing study for quite a while, linking vitamin D to depression. And from what they've gathered so far, and I can send you the link on that one later
That'd
today.
Be awesome. Yeah,
is that they definitely think there's a link, especially among ethnic women and depression and vitamin D levels. So
okay, I sit here. I'm so interested in what you're talking about. I've got like 25 comments on here from people. Somebody had kidney cancer. Kidney was removed by the doctor. Take 3 vitamin D every day for my remaining kidney. That's interesting. Might get tested just to see where I fall in the deficiency. Sean, you should go in there and do it because it's not expensive, and you find out where you are, so you kind of know if you need to supplement. Is there a difference between D and bit D3?
Bit D3. I don't
know. That's something that we'd have to look up.
We'd have to look into that, Mandy. I don't know. Vitamin D is linked to heart health, depression, bipolar-like behaviors, sleep, metabolism, and immune system deficiencies. My doctor.
Rick, there's what you should do is just post a couple of really great articles for people to look at. One of them is from the Mayo Clinic, and it does talk a lot about the study that they're doing, vitamin D, COVID. It's really informative, but then also the Oregon State University one, which talks more about depression and vitamin D, but both of those can give people a lot of answers.
Can you, Stephanie, take those and either send it to me or put them in the comment section? Because if you put them in the comment section, everybody in there can go find them on that. Do you know, I think, Mandy, it depends on how much you should take a day would depend on whether you're deficient or not.
Right. So I see a lot of questions of people asking, like, for like us to like diagnose what you need right now. What you need to do first is get your levels checked and find out where you're at, and then you can start a supplementation plan after that. Will be it injections, or if you want to get injections, we do those, or if you just want to take supplements on your own at home, you can go down to Evergreen and get yourself a great vitamin D supplement. But what you first need to know is where you're at.
Right. So what they do at any lab test now, Eugene, is they'll test you to tell you what your level is. And then you can check with your doctor to find out how much you should be having and what you need to supplement, or you can look it up to find out more about that. Eric says that fish has a lot of vitamin D. I've heard that as a food source for that. China was reporting on the benefits of vitamin D for COVID before it reached here. I tried to post stuff about it, but it was taken down by Facebook. Yeah, we know. I take a supplement every day, 2,000 milligrams of vitamin D every morning. See, I never even knew about it until I met Stephanie and Adam. I didn't even know. And then we did a show once where Stephanie said, you should just have your levels checked because, full disclosure, I do have mood changes. I have, difficulty sometimes with a little bit of depression and especially seasonal. And that's why I knew something was up. Vitamins with vitamin D3, is there a difference? I would Google it and find out. 41% of the U.S. is vitamin D deficient. What?
Rick, one of the things that the Mayo Clinic article talks about is that vitamin D deficiency is more common in those who are older, people who have a body mass index of 30 or higher, and people who have high blood pressure. And these factors also increase the risk of severe COVID symptoms. So, even if they haven't proven anything yet as a precaution, like why not just get your vitamin D levels up just to be safe? I mean, if they do come out with a study in 6 months saying that these two are definitely linked, it can be really inexpensive to get yourself on some vitamin D supplements and to be safe.
Matt Kendall just posted an Oregon State vitamin D studies there. So that's the one they are talking about, Matt. Yeah. So thank you for posting that. Stephanie is also going to post those other ones. There are ongoing studies. I think that's what we don't quite understand is maybe COVID has taught us something about our immune system and keeping it up. It really is about what we're putting in and what we're taking and understanding our levels, which is what I love about what you guys do. is you provide a way that I can do that on my own. I don't have insurance good enough that I can go to the doctor all the time. Well, now I do because I broke my wrist and my deductible is gone. So I can have I can have Botox done. I'm kidding. But normally I don't have that ability. So I monitor it myself because I know enough about my health, and what you guys do allows people like me to be able to do that and not have to go to the doctor all the time. I can't pay for a doctor visit to find out what my PSA is. It's not worth the money to me. In the past, I've had doctors tell me that my blood work came back high in vitamin D and I was only taking 50 milligrams. That's probably pretty unusual.
Well, he's asking if it's good to get your blood work done, and absolutely yes. So we do a lot of injections here, but the one that we won't do vitamin D injections without knowing what your levels are first, because it's well. Do you want to talk about how it's the only vitamin that is not water soluble? I'll let you talk for a little bit.
Well, no, that's fine. I get caught up reading all the comments.
Adam's reading that.
There's this much conversation about vitamin D. I've got to say, Rick, I wasn't expecting it, but I see, a personal connection right here. So it does look like there's somebody that has had, like real experience with, I don't know, how do you want to say it?
Yeah, she says, okay, so, I'll just read her comment. This is RD Journey. She's on here all the time. Her daughter had attempted suicide in 2017, and they checked her blood work, and it showed the vitamin D levels were 13. Low is 30. She had been on RX vitamin D since, and it made a huge difference in her mental health. So why not? We know that here's our level, what a basic level is for vitamin D. If you know you're deficient, why wouldn't we be trying to do something, you know what I mean?
Well, you know what, Rick, like right now, and I don't know the statistics on how, suicide rates and depression have gone up in teenagers because of COVID, and, in adults too. Like, everybody's having a really hard time right now. If you have super low vitamin D and you've got depression that can be prevented on top of this with COVID, I mean, right. It's really important to, and all of our kids are having a hard time right now. Yeah. And then if you add a deficiency like that, and then it increases your, depression factors, like it's just important to get it checked out, see where you're at. And, like that woman said about her daughter, of course, had she known to check that out ahead of time, right? So it's something that we can all do to help us get through this winter, which is going to be, crazy with
hell. So how do you decide once you find out your levels are low? This is Mandy's question. How often do you decide what to get? How often do you get injections?
Well, we have it. So everybody's different depending on their levels, and we have a doctor that we practice under. So what we do is we call her and we just say, this is this person's vitamin D level, and then she gives us a protocol to follow. So RD says it's not a moneymaker. What, vitamin D? That's probably why people don't push it, because it's not a big moneymaker. They would rather have you get on prescription medication for your depression rather than just take something natural to make you feel better, of course.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Well, yeah, there's a lot of things we can prevent too. How much is a test? How much is the test for vitamin D?
I have to look it up.
You guys, okay, just for the defense of Stephanie and Adam, they do over 8,000 different tests, okay? So she'll get that number for you. Great topic, Rick. Thank you, Sega CD. Karen, I used an oral spray of vitamin by that. We absorb the spray orally better than pill form. Is this true?
Yeah, sure.
Is the injection better than? Is that a better way to get it than to take a pill? Do we know? Well,
I mean, common sense would tell. So one, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I can't say for 100% fact that it is. But it would seem to me that something that's going, directly into your body and bypassing your digestive system, might be a bit more effective. But
okay. So Jennifer says, I'm just hoping that my husband, who has MS, that he is always low in vitamin D. So I'm watching from the beginning. Super interested for my husband. And Jennifer, if you get to a point he's low, then you can go to, and they do the injections right there at any lab test now. It's right off of Garfield by the clock shop. So it's not hard to go. Bingo.
Yeah. And if he has his results, bring them in so that we can see so that we can see that you got the test done. You don't have to get the test done here. If you have test results, just bring them in with you. And
Okay.
yeah. So the test is $99.
Okay, so it's 90.
Yeah.
99. And how soon? I mean, it just, and all it is a blood test, and then it comes back about how long does it take to come back usually?
Well, typically it's 48 to 72 hours, but labs are really backed up right now. So things are taking a little bit longer because of the COVID testing. So, like probably, I would say 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
Is about what it is right now.
Now, Sylvana wants to know what's the cost of the injection. Stephanie's looking it up.
Yeah, well, they're different depending on how much we give you. So let me go get the sheet.
Okay, so Sylvana, you would have to come in, know your deficiency level, then they can tell you what'll get you up to your level.
Well, no, Stephanie's going to get the prices. There's basically two different levels that we inject. Okay, and so I'll just read this off pretty quick. For 10,000 IUs, it's $25. For 25,000, it is $35, and for 50,000, it's $45.
So
Adam, anywhere from 25 to 45.
Adam, give me your address. Amanda's saying, where are you located? I need to get mine checked. I'm dealing with depression.
977 Garfield, number 6.
977 Garfield, number 6. Okay, so I just put it on there, guys, so you'll have it, Amanda. They're just right down across from, what's that bar? The Wetlands. Wetlands bars on one side, and then next door is the clock shop.
There's a bright orange Thai food cart in the parking lot.
Well, you guys, I honestly look at all these thank yous. It's like, I didn't realize, are the tests covered by insurance? If not, they should be.
So that's the thing too. Like if you have great insurance, go to your doctor and get the test done. We're offering a place to get it that you can use your HSA card, but we don't take insurance here. But if you have a high deductible or you can't get into your doctor for 3 weeks, like we're a good place to come. But if you have good coverage and you can get in right away, obviously go to your doctor and do it.
There's also, sometimes, people will come in that have insurance that want to test sooner rather than later and don't want to have to wait for their doctor. So we give them a receipt, a description of the test that they did. And sometimes, we don't handle insurance, but they can submit it to their insurance to get reimbursed.
I have an HSA. So how I deal with these guys is I just I take it out of my HSA for different things that I need to have done. So it works better for me because my deductible is so high, which I think most people it is. So I could put it in there all day and it's not going to matter. On a normal year, I'm not going to ever meet my deductible when it comes to what I can use. So that's just how I do it. Casey says vitamin D is also crucial to production of testosterone. Well, I'm very into that one.
Yeah.
All of us guys that are over 40.
Adam, hubba.
Yeah, if you're over 40, you guys also, you do testosterone testing? Yeah. So if you're over 40 and you're feeling sluggish, you might want to go have your testosterone checked because a lot of guys, especially younger guys nowadays, are also testosterone deficient. They're low, and that can cause you all kinds of. There's obvious issues, that we don't talk about here, but there's also issues of, not feeling well, not sleeping well. And since we have the science to know how to do this stuff, it's not, why be embarrassed about it? You know what I mean? If your T's low, boost it up and hubba.
that was my quote, Rick. We also do male, we do male hormone panel, female hormone panel. So we have a lot of panel tests that we do here.
Okay.
Yeah.
John just posted an article that says vitamin D2 and 3 are found in fish oils again. And he posted the article. Thank you, John, for putting that on there. I love when you guys are involved. That's how this should be.
We don't want to get into that.
Okay.
And cheese and eggs too have vitamin D in it.
Okay.
But what did you ask? What did you say?
Look at if people are. I had I knew I was interested in vitamin D. I had no idea that this many people would be this interested in vitamin D. I think we're all, do you guys see that with what you do is we're all kind of looking for taking back control of our health to that, our insurance plans are getting less and less. And so we're trying to do more and more for ourselves. And we do realize, I think, like women have for a long time, I'm the best advocate for my health. And I want to take care. I want to watch that. I'm not just going to have a doctor tell me this is what I need to do. I want to know what my levels are too. I watch my PSA really closely, more than I have to, than the doctor tells me once a year. I just want to know. Do I need a doctor's order? No, you don't. They have a doctor on staff there that they can, that makes that happen. So you're fine with that. Do they test for MTHFR DNA mutation? Wow.
We'll have to get back to her on that.
Yes, Sylvana, well, I don't know what MTHFR DNA mutation, huh? If you put that in, they'll go look it up and see if they do.
We do, but yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but we do.
I love learning new stuff like this. So more than just masculinity involved in low T, also increased levels of estrogen in both men and women. Casey, I like you, man. You're cool.
Rick,
go ahead.
If people want to look up what tests we offer, they can go on our website and there's a search engine in there and you can basically look up everything that we have.
So you just go to any lab test now, Eugene, that's the key. And that's when you'll find them. I'm going to put that on. I'm not putting the email address. I'm just telling you where to go look. All you got to do is put that.
Just go to anylabtestnow.com because we're a franchise. And so we all share a main page that has all of our tests on it and pricing.
Okay, hold on. Now we got another topic. B vitamins are also very important. When my daddy was being diagnosed with Alzheimer's, they checked his B levels because some of the behaviors are the same. And you guys do vitamin B12 shots. Go ahead and explain what you do too with that.
Honey?
Yeah, we do vitamin B12 shots as well. Yep. We have 7 or 8 different shots that we do. We do a B vitamin combination shot. It's called Lots of B Super Fit. We have a down and dirty detox that's a liver cleanse. I mean, we have 8 or 9 shots that we do. But I was going to tell you too, the basic nutritional panel is probably like one of the greatest panels we have, and it checks your vitamin D, B12, iron. Really? Yeah. And that's a really good one to get if you want to get a good idea of what's going on with you with all of those.
So how much is that one, Stephanie? She's going to go look it up. Adam?
It's kind of expensive. It's $2.99. It's an expensive one, but it has your CBC, your CMP, your iron, vitamin B12, folate, vitamin C, coenzyme, zinc, ferritin, and homocysteine. So that's all in that package.
So Jennifer knows Adam. Adam Bratland.
Yeah, that's my cousin, yeah.
I knew you looked like my cousin, but it's on my cell phone, so it's hard to tell.
Oh, my gosh.
You noticed that he was outstandingly good looking, right? Is that what you're trying to say, Jennifer, about your cousin? So, awesome. Oh, Adam, or Matt just put your email on there. So you guys, there's the email. Man. Just link on there.
Thanks, Matt.
And if you guys are looking to buy a home, God, I'll plug him. Matt Kendall's a realtor in town. He's a really cool guy, and he pays me like $10 a month to tell you he's sexy. But, I'll let you go. Okay. How long for lab test turnaround?
Well, I think I had mentioned that it's typically 48 to 72 hours, but all the labs are backed up right now because of COVID. So it is taking a little bit longer, like 3 to 5 days.
Amanda, go to the website and you can look up and they'll tell you the cost of the different things. So you can find out.
We're slow to answer questions on because we don't work at the front desk. So we have to look everything up ourselves.
Well, but that's good because then you got it that I have vitamin D deficiency and have to take 50,000 units weekly. It's amazing how many people have low D and don't know how much it affects your body, your energy, and your mentality. So
sorry. I was just going to say, we have had people come in with their vitamin D like under 10. And that's like really, really low.
Ashley, since I know you and it's, would you tell, like, how does that, in terms of your mentally, how does that deal? How do you struggle with that? I would just be curious to know if you'd write it in here for people, because there may be people out there that see that and go, oh yeah, that's me. This is a huge for mental health. And many people have this mutation and don't even know it. Oh, the one she's talking about, the MF.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
Okay.
the mutation. That's, I love my job. I learned so much stuff this way. Vitamins versus hormones. Casey, what do you, they do both kind of testing. I need more than that to get you, but I'd be happy to pose that question to them. I'm going to go broke getting shots from y'all. Well, we'll put
well, we have punch cards, and so you buy 5, you get 1 free. So that could help.
There we go. You don't have to worry about it, Miss Dills. We got you covered here. Hold on, Ruth. For vitamin D shots, my doctor had me get the shot when I was extremely low for a booster, then gave me a vitamin D script to keep my levels up.
Yeah, and that's exactly what some people do. They come in here and they'll do injections for a month and then get their levels up, and then they'll switch over to a supplement. And you can get great vitamin D supplements at Evergreen.
So what is the biggest thing people come in there for? Any lab tests now? Be honest with me.
Well, STD testing. And
STD testing?
We've been doing a lot of paternity testing. I don't know what that means, but we've been doing a lot of that lately.
A lot of bored COVID couples out there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We're going to have this on record.
Yeah.
So there's lots. And you guys have a test that you can do. That how early can you test and figure out the sex of the baby?
7 weeks.
And what's it called again?
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. So you guys, you can, at 7 weeks, they can tell you the sex of your child. It's called the peekaboo thing. And we had a lady come in.
Adam just puts his hand on their belly and
No. I don't touch that.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
Hey, I'll love that. Okay. Well, so she's loving what we were talking about earlier. So also, you guys, STD testing is a huge thing, and we do have very increased rates of chlamydia and things like that in Lane County. So this is a really good way that people can get tested. Sometimes it might be for some people, just to be real, it might be embarrassing to go to the doctor because of obvious situations, and whether it's a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend, but people come in and you can get anonymous testing there to find out where you're at with all the different sexually transmitted diseases. And a lot of people come in, they'll start a new date, have a new relationship, and they both come in and get tested to know that they're starting fresh.
Yeah, we call them Tinder printouts. they bring them to their date.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, Rick, really quick, someone was gonna come in at the next few weeks for like an STD package to get tested, there is a national shortage of gonorrhea and chlamydia test kits right now, and you like literally can't get them anywhere. And I don't know what that means either, but everybody is on back order waiting for those, and so we take that off of the package right now.
Okay, so the other stuff they can come in for, but those they'll have to wait as part of a different program. All right. Well, you guys, thank you for coming on and talking. I can't believe that was pretty fun. I mean, that was intense. I did not know. And you guys, if you have any other information on vitamin D, again, we don't pretend to be doctors. They have a doctor that is on the staff, so you don't have to go to your doctor to get the requirements. But we're just trying to give out information so that you can take charge of your own health. And so what we would hope that you would do is come in, get the test to find out what you do, and then check with your doctor to find out what they think you should do. And if it's supplements over the counter or Evergreen or getting a shot to get your boost up and then go to shots, you and your doctor can decide that together. But Stephanie and Adam are giving you the opportunity to figure it out for yourself so you can do the homework. Because when I had cancer, I learned real fast, there's nobody advocating for me but me. And you know what I mean?
Rick, and if I just want to reiterate that when they come in here, we are not diagnosing people, or we are not even the ones that are planning out the protocol for your, if you come in here with really low vitamin D, we're going to call the doctor that we have on staff and ask her recommendation on the treatment plan. We're not just making up treatment plans for people in here ourselves. So, it is professional and clinical, and we're not the ones that are offering up that.
No, you're providing a testing, and then a doctor will then to tell them what the program might be for them.
Well, they'll tell us. The doctor will tell us, and then we will, and then we'll administer the plan from there.
Okay. So,
Yeah, 5,000.
Yeah. Oh, but they also don't have to. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, if you come in and get your vitamin D test, you don't need to do injections. You can just go get yourself on a supplement.
right.
We just offer both here.
Or you can come in for a vitamin D injection if you want, say, 25,000 IUs. We'll do an injection, but before we do a second injection, we'll need to get a test.
Right. To find out where they're at.
We don't.
You guys, how did you come across this? Because I think any lab test now, I think it's opened a door for a lot of people. I really like the whole idea and the concept because, again, it's giving us a little bit of medical freedom, I think.
Oh, you can give her one.
Well, I came across it when, this was years ago. Originally, I came across it because my brother and I were looking for a drug testing center to send random, employees to. And so I called around and I found out that, this place, you just send them at any time. You don't need an appointment. It was like, I don't know what the drug tests are, $35. So it was cheap. And then about, I would say 9 months after that, I went to my doctor and he had this whole panel of tests that he wanted me to get. And I can't remember where he wanted to send. He wrote me out like a prescription. And it was somewhere around, Sacred Heart, Peace Health. And I called them, and the tests were going to be, and I have a high deductible just like you, and the tests were going to be about $1,200.
Yeah.
And then I called Any Lab Test Now because I remember when I was in there that, they said they did a bunch of other things. And so that $1,200 went down to about $425, $450. So,
wow.
Because we don't take insurance. So, we offer good cash prices.
Right. So
in my case, where the high deductible that I was never going to hit, it's still out of pocket. So
right. So you guys, again, Any Lab Test Now, Eugene, over on Garfield. With COVID, do they have to have an appointment? How does that work, Steph?
We just do the COVID antibody right now, and yes, we do need to. They do need to call in and get pre-screened over the phone.
That's just for the antibody test.
Yeah, that's
that
just
means to come in. Could somebody just stop in and get the vitamin D test? Do they have to have anything ahead of time?
No.
Okay.
No. You can make an appointment if you like, or you don't have to. We're Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're open 9 to 4, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we're open 9 to 6. What was I talking about before that? I was talking about something. I forgot.
So you guys, again, just so you remember, on Wednesday.
Yeah. To answer her question, yes, you can send it in, but that's not a guarantee that they will reimburse you because some don't. Some insurances are really good and some are not at that.
Okay. All right. You guys, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks,
So
Rick.
you guys, Any Lab Test Now is going to be sponsoring another show this week with Chris Dental, who happens to be another Bratland, and also the Cobra Road Car Wash. We have a young lady that is her name is Makala Webb. And I did a story on her a couple years ago. And this girl's local, and she's got a country music voice that sounds like she's like the big time. And she's leaving in 2 weeks for Nashville. And so we're going to bring her into our studio in here, and she's going to play for you. And you're going to get to meet her and hear from her. And I talked to Adam and Stephanie and Jim over at Cobra Grid Car Wash. So you're going to hear that on Wednesday. And we got a lot more stories for you. I'll tell you about that as soon as I let these guys go. All right. You guys go back to work. You have other things to do. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks,
All
Rick.
right. Thanks, guys. So you guys, again, that's on Wednesday at 5. And then tomorrow tonight at 5 o'clock, we're going to have an expert come in and talk about nutrition and depression, how you can nutrient yourself out of depression. Tomorrow, we're going to talk with someone from the Eugene Sleep Clinic. Eugene Mattress Company is sponsoring the show that we're going to talk about sleep and how you can get some better sleep. I need to hear that one. Then we got Michaela on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have Scott Littlejohn coming back. He has his own insurance company, and he's an expert when it comes to Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, what you need to do now that you're signing up for new insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, all that. He explains it real easily. And we all need to get informed on that because that's another form of taking care of our own health care. And then on Friday from 11 to 2, Chris Dental, Michael Bratland is going to we're going over to the Springfield Police Department. We're taking Big Daddy Barbecue with us, and we're going to feed all the police and the first responders in Springfield as a thank you for all that they do in our Back the Blue series. So that's, and we'll do a live show around noon. And then on the 11th of November, Adam and Michael, the brothers here, Any Lab Test Now, and Chris Dental, I have brothers in my clientele. They're going to be giving away flags for November 11th, and we'll tell you more about that as it gets closer. So lots of stuff going on. If you know somebody who wants to be sponsor good material like this, and you have a business and would like to be part of the Get Real with Rick Dancer family, please get a hold of me. We just picked up 3 new sponsors. We can always have room for everybody because there's tons of really great stories out there to tell. All right, I'm Rick Dancer. Have a good day. I will see you tonight at 5 o'clock right here on Get Real with Rick Dancer. Have a good day.